must be met with the highest agility, of our rods, especially those belong to Arab courts, secret courts that have come to distract our people. Only secret court you enter when you want to leave. They will kill you. They will kill you because they want to leave. I think it's secret court. Yeah, it's the only thing that when you want to enter, when you want to leave, they will say no. Your life will be death sentence. So I don't know what else. It's the only secret court I know. So when you look at it, you will know that yes, we are not making it up. This land is Arab secret court of way of land grabbing and human slavery. I don't know why again. He stated clearly the Africans, where he stated the Africans are seen as subordinates, are seen as slave Africans in Islam. The place that wrote it, I will bring it out and put it clear. So that when you are in Islam as Africa, you know that you are being seen as a slave. Abib. It's called, Arab call it Abib. Go and check what Arab call Abib. A-B-I, something like that. A-B-I-D. Something like that. Yes, go and check it. Know what it means. It means black slave. So I don't know why you're deceiving yourself. And those who are seen as slave warrior are those radicalized to use to conquer their fellow African, the like of Muhammad Abbas and pig in the Greek. The pig in the Greek. They call him Mujahid. He gloating like frog that drank water. You don't know that what is called. You don't even know the title they give him. I don't know why they cannot explain for him or he cannot find out. He's a slave warrior. Anyway, let me not digress. I just want to, yes, the sovereign Biafra, a strategic ally for U.S. security against terrorism. Absolutely. And Trump understand that. U.S. understand that. Even they know that Biafra is not just for interest of the Biafran people, but entire Africa and the world, Israel and the USA, and other European countries that are foolishly and selfishly allow Islam to use them. Imagine all the money that zoo are looting, saving, they are using to bribe everybody. All the countries, all the organizations that are supposed to speak for Biafra, speak for human rights, Islam, Fulani Caliphate have bribed all of them. Imagine Facebook claiming it has money, but they bribe Facebook, bribe YouTube, bribe to what's it called? All the media, CNN, BBC, and all the Zoo media. Only Elon Musk refused to be bribed. Yes, because all of them put together, Elon Musk can pay their bill together. All of them put together. So, and they're proving that, yes, that is who we need. When you are rich, don't use your rich to oppress people. Use your rich to help the masses. You are Odogu, you are Dike. Yes. Where is what Odogu mean about? Not when you are rich. The women are being raped. Your children are being raped. You couldn't do anything. And answering Odogu. My friend. If the people that are appointing as a king in Igbo land today, in Biafra land, I think their identity should be questioned. Because any true king of the land know that this point in time is not supposed to claim anybody, give anybody title. Yes, when the land is under siege, when our women are being raped, because the land needs to be cleansed, a lot of abomination have happened in the land, a lot of desecration, a lot of things that are not good, not pleasant has happened in the land. Blood has been shed, in the land. Women have been raped in the farmland. Many things have carried out, So when those things are not yet put in order, who is taking title for what? That is why we need to look into this point in time. Anybody, although I would not support it until Biafra is restored, but anybody who is taking titleship a king in your village, please demand for DNA test, because since they destroyed the process of choosing, whereby the ancestors of the land choose, where they can never choose a strange blood, now they destroy that process. It's being appointee. Those who are appointing them are cowardized puppet governors that are doing the biddings of the caliphate, you know, errant boys of the Fulani Caliphate. They appoint the likes. They appoint those whom they can even, Sultan Sukot can even give him list, give any governor list, appoint this person as a king. He has no choice. Are you aware of that? So he may be a Fulani born in the land long time ago for on purpose, tell you to appoint the person as a king. I saw one last time, I was shocked. To ordinary kanzu, that when I was small, I watched my father learn how to do it, that a person who call himself king are doing it backwards. They don't draw Nzu back, it draw from back to front. But this one call himself king, he will doing it from front to back. I said, now wow, how do we get here? So these are the people desecrating the land. I have said this several times that you as a youth disobey them because they are your enemy. They are not recognized by the gods of the land. So these are the people who are joining Fulani Caliphate to give our land to their Fulani invaders. So my people, it is very, very obvious that supporting Nigeria to fight terrorism is actually exposing your own secret. Any country that share intel with Nigeria, that let's based on the same feather. Otherwise, you will expose yourself. You expose yourself. That is why US know better. They imagine that this last bomb they throw in Sokoto. Do you know that they tell them to throw it somewhere else? That Rebadu you see there is a very dangerous human being, criminal, pretending holy, slow poison. They directed the US to throw the bomb somewhere else. They don't know that US already know where they throw. That is to tell them, Nigeria, that even if you are there, we know your terrain more than you. That's what US told them. Okay? They don't know that US bird spy can fly, come and fly like even like a pigeon or whatever, come there and know what they want to know. You know, they are not they are coward, they are too backwards, you know, because they only focus on religion, how to dominate and take a tithe, levy from people. They don't know what is innovation. They say they don't want innovation. They don't know that even ordinary bird can come and survey their environment, know what they want to know. So they want to push the US into striking innocent area. They will accuse them of killing innocent people. But US prove to them that we own you, we see you, even your bedroom, we see you. So anybody joining Nigeria to fight terrorism and sharing it is exposing your own security to terrorism. Yes. Then the last thing US will do is to join Nigeria military. Even the US boot on ground is a Biafra territory. They know our lobbyists. We have the lobbyists there who tell them everything. So sometimes I see some Biafra worried about that. Don't worry. That is one of the reasons why we have lobbyists. And as you can see now, that our lobbyists have increased and the fund has been increased as well. So Biafrans, we have to do much in evangelizing about increasing the funds. Please, whatever you have to sell, sell it. It is better you sell it to secure that land, okay, than keeping it. He who captured that land, captured those things you have. That is it. If enemy capture that land, those things you have in that land that you don't want to bring to support, to secure that land, enemy will have everything. Yes. So it's better you dispose that thing and use it to protect that land. It is land first before math. Yes, so my people, it is very, very imperative we join hands to do this fast. You see where the enemy coming from every nook and cranny. The one that is even annoying me so much now is this disrespectful acclaim Igbo Islam. Is a very disrespectful. Imagine how they expose themselves everywhere. One, I want to ask people, what is that organization that when you enter, when you leave, they will pursue you to kill you? I think it's a secret court, right? Secret court, we know. So Islam, when you enter Islam, you want to leave, it's the sentence. What does that mean? Islam is a secret court, Arab secret court. And any African that are there are seen as Arab slave. And what is the purpose of that secret court? They hide under that court to grab your land and also enslave you. You know, that is what they do. So this is pure truth. And again, there's something you need to observe. that any Igbo man here will understand, any Biafra man, even our information minister, Sonny Rawa, yes, whom their own people know the importance of use of that heart, know that that heart is not used as a fancy. It has a symbolic meaning. The lines in that heart, it means something. The red and the white means something. The tail, when it face front, it means something. When it face back, it means something. Left and right. Imagine where you see both children and women come and just wearing it as if it's a uniform. Shows that those people, they are not Igbos. They are desperate. Their desperation made them to expose their evil, their identity, because they are not Igbo. They are trying to claim to be Igbo Muslim, but Igbo Muslim does not exist. Therefore, my people, we are warning them again, warning them, because they are the same terrorists, enemy of Trump, enemy of Biafran people, enemy of humanity, enemy of freedom, enemy of nation, enemy of innovation. They don't want innovation. Okay, that is why only what they can bring to us is religion, to make me to hate my people. You know, when I kill my own, when I become there, I will say, I hate my person, I will kill my brother, I will say, it's Allah, I kill for Allah, Allah asked me to do so. I want to ask question, why are they hitting the head of somebody they want to convert? They put the mouth in the mouth. What kind of incantation is that? Is that reason why after converting, they will hate their own people? Why? Which church, I mean, which religion for God is act like that? Why are they hitting the head of the people? Why are they putting hand in their mouth and doing incantation? Okay, we need to ask many questions about it so that our people will know what, in case if there is anybody, I know they deliberately make you hungry. After the way, but let me tell you something. That hunger will make you to go and accept something that will destroy your people. That hunger will kill you. Yes, when the time comes, we're going to bundle you out. Because when you know that your problem is caused by a fellow man, it is better than when it happens, you don't know the cause, or you say it's spiritual something. Knowing that it's caused by a fellow man will energize you, yes, that you are going to be victorious, because when it's caused by man, you know that yes, it can be actually destroyed and defeated. Okay? So why would you allow yourself to be used, against your own people? Listen, what is happening in Iran today show that yes, every Biafran will to stand against it, because Islam is evil. People are rejecting it. Mosques are being burnt. People are rising strong. These are the people who want change. As they kill them, they did not back off. But not in Nigeria. When they kill you, run away, then the death of the people will be in vain. You see how people who want change act? The more you have shared blood, the more they're increasing, because those people will not die for nothing. Okay? If Utowere and Co are sincere, now is supposed to be the time they be on the streets. Yes, I'm saying if Sowore are sincere with his revolution now is supposed to expect 10 million people on the street. Yes, because the world, Israel and Trump and US are actually monitoring everywhere. Anybody who dare touch you, then they will know. But where is Sowore? Where is the revolution now? I think these people, I don't know why. My spirit never lies to me, but sometimes I will not be like say you want to disobey. I know that these people they're not sincere, they're not serious. It is now supposed to be on the street, or you join the sit at home of Biafra. Sit at home, the whole indigenous people, the whole South will be on sit at home, but they cannot do it. They cannot do it. Now they are trying to make the world believe that the Southeast is safe. But refuse to give credit to those who make it to be safe. Those men they put in prison unlawfully. Biafran. So we need to be very, 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 very brutal. And as you are, to some of you who are giving Uti credit, this is Amuneke, Governor Amuneke, and co. I expect you people to reason like sensible people. I don't know why we cannot reason. The people, if you're surprised to know that Uti is more dangerous than Hope Uzodinma. Yes, because what these people do is to use those people to get close to the people. You don't ask yourself, what is the term of that money borrowing Islamic bank? What are the terms? So one person will be motivating your future. You are there, jumping like frog. You don't ask questions. Why should you be borrowing money? Why the state is rich with everything? That money is borrowing in Islamic bank. On what terms is he borrowing that money? If you fail to join hand to facilitate Biafra restoration, you will be surprised that you have sold your children to slavery. Slavery for another century. Slavery. If you don't take time. That is why every sensible Biafran people must support Biafra without wasting time. Because these men that call themselves Uti and all these governors and co, imagine those nonsense Soludo is saying those things just for him to become second-time governor. That is why I was busy saying those rubbish. You know, he was busy making the image of Fulani, calling the Igbos names, you know, for him to be used as a governor. All the system like this that will enemy appoint those who represent you, you are gone, you are done, you are finished if you fail to rise up. So my people, this is very, very imperative, very, very imperative for every Igbo man, every Biafran person, rise up. All these people you see that call themselves governors and senators in our land, their identity should be questioned. The blood that runs in them is not certain. We don't know who they are. Okay? We must rise up without wasting time. Without wasting time, very, very imperative. This time around, anybody who wants to be free that refuses to take disadvantage of this Trump and Israeli Prime Minister and Elon Musk, these three people are a gift to humanity. I am telling you, after our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Prince Samuel, these three people that are world-known leaders, they are gifts for humanity. I'm saying without them, the whole world is doomed. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Johnny. Very, 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 very well said. And many points that I have picked out that I'll speak about later. All right. Rach, your hand is raised again.
Your hand is raised again. Okay. Thank you very much. I will be very brief. This very time shows you that the likes of Shuwere, they are very sick. Let me tell you, the people that have died in Iran, even people say will not be afraid to die, knowing fully well that what you are fighting for, your people are not giving up. That even if you die today, your death is not event. And in a very short while, it will surprise you that Iran will become a free nation again. And those that are good at making math will be using them as a reference point. That being said, if you are a rich man, if God has been gracious to you, God has blessed you, and your wealth, your riches, you only use it to enslave people, to keep people in slavery, it means that it is a mistake for you to even have that wealth in the first place. Look at the likes of Elon Musk. The Islamic Republic regime in Iran has cut off the network, everything, shut down everything. But Elon Musk is using his riches to bring freedom of expression to the people by installing Starlink in Iran today. What am I trying to say? God has given you that word, that money, to set people free for the freedom of humanity, not to enslave humanity. This is just all I want to quickly add. Thank you very much. I yield the mic again.
Okay. All right.
I think
Veteran.
yes.
Okay.
I think I should continue from here, and I want to thank every one of you for your contributions. And Reg, your hand is up again. Reg, your hand is up again.
No, I've dropped my hand. My hand is not up. I've dropped it already.
Okay, it's all right. So let's continue. I appreciate all your contributions. You have spoken well, and they're all on point. Thank you so much. I can feel the bitterness and the anger in all of us from our submissions. So thank you so much. Now we have been able to dissect Nigeria, and we're able to make it clear and loud to everyone that Nigeria is a security liability and cannot be a partner to any serious country in the war against global terrorism. That has been made clear from all that we've said so far. So we're going to look at the Biafra as a strategic realignment. And it will surprise you to know that Biafra will certainly be a strategic ally for US against against terrorism. So we're going to look at, can we examine Biafra not as a nostalgia, no, but as a modern security proposition. We are presenting Biafra as a modern security proposition, which from all we are going to say, it will be clear to anyone that surely this is a nation that can be a strategic ally to US in the global war against terrorism. First of all, we're going to look at what Biafra is not. Then we'll now look at what Biafra is. We're looking at what Biafra is not. Biafra is not a tribal supremacy. Not a tribal supremacy unlike what we have in Nigeria. You know, in zoo, all citizens are not equal. That is clear to everyone. Biafra is not going to be a religious extremism. This is very clear from all indications, from anyone that have been listening to our spaces, anyone that have read our either our constitution or our charter. It's going to be clear to anyone that Biafra has nothing to do with religious extremism. Biafra is not chaos nor war. No. Then what is Biafra? When we say Biafra is not tribal supremacy, let me explain that before. When I mentioned that Biafra is not tribal supremacy, when I say it's not a tribal supremacy, what do I mean? We are directly rejecting the false narrative that Biafra self-determination movement is about one ethnic group seeking dominance over others. I want to repeat that. When we say Biafra is not a tribal supremacy, we are directly and strongly rejecting the false narrative that the Biafran self-determination movement is about one ethnic group seeking dominance over others. What this means clearly is that Biafra is not a project to elevate one tribe above another, as we see in Nigeria. As we see in Nigeria. Biafra is not a project to elevate one tribe above the other. Biafra is not an Igbo domination agenda. Unlike Nigeria, where cows are #1 citizens. I want to stress on this. Biafra is not an Igbo domination agenda. Unlike in Nigeria, where Fulanis and cows. Remember, it was even a subject of a debate in their Senate. If you can recall. In Nigeria, Fulanis and cows are #1 citizens. You can't find that in Biafra. Biafra is not about replacing one form of ethnic marginalization with another. No. Biafra is not about replacing one form of ethnic marginalization with another. Not at all. So this accusation has often been used to legitimize genuine self-determination movements by framing them as dangerous and exclusionary. And that's what we are debunking. What Biafra actually represents, we have talked about what Biafra is not. What Biafra actually represents, in contrast to Nigeria, or with Nigeria, is about what Biafra represents is the legitimate right of a people to consent to how they are governed. That is not found in Nigeria. Our coming together in Nigeria was a force and the amalgamation was a forced unity. So in Biafra, Biafra represents the legitimate right of a people, a free people, to consent on how they are governed. That is not the case in Nigeria. Biafra represents protection of life, dignity, and identity in the face of systematic violence and exclusion, as we are seeing it in Nigeria today. It's not going to be found in Biafra. Biafra represents self-governance based on justice, equality, and shared values, not ethnicity hierarchy, not ethnic hierarchy. No. The Biafran idea envisions a political community where citizenship, not tribe. The Biafran idea envisions a political community where citizenship, not tribe, defines belonging. Where citizenship, not tribe, defines belonging. Where no group is superior, like in Nigeria, where Fulani and the cows are superior, and no group is expendable. Biafra represents self-determination rooted in consent. In consent. People must consent that they want to belong together, that they want to, even in marriage. Biafra represents ideological alignment with democratic values. There is no democracy in Nigeria. Biafra is going to emerge as an ideological alignment with democratic values. And from all I have said, you can see some identical values with the United States. So, Biafra stands for zero tolerance for jihadist ideology. This is very clear. That's what we are fighting today. So Biafra, we are talking about why we will be a strategic partner with the US in the global war against terrorism. And I'm saying Biafra stands for zero tolerance for jihadist ideology. Of course, that is why we have three major government-approved religions in Nigeria. I mean in Biafra. Christianity, Judaism, traditional religion. So we stand for zero. I heard General Trump talking about that Muslims hate us. They hate us, that's the US. And he was even talking about sending them away. The same way they feel, that's the way we feel. That's not the way Nigeria feels. So you can see there are no meeting points. These are parallel lands that Biafra and Nigeria are parallel lands that can never meet. So we stand for zero tolerance. I want to really emphasize that. The same way US stands for zero tolerance for jihadist ideology. The same way Israel stands for zero tolerance for jihadist ideology. So you can see identical similarities and why it will be easier to work together. Biafra represents security first governance, security first governance philosophy. There's a philosophy called security first governance. That is not the case in Nigeria. Today in Nigeria, if you go into that country, you are talking about 2027. You're already busy campaigning, whereas their citizens are being slaughtered like chickens on a daily basis. But in Biafra will represent security first governance. And that's a philosophy that Biafra will hold so dear. That security of the citizens of Biafra will be paramount to the government of Biafra. Security first governance philosophy. Clarity is a security asset. Clarity is a security asset. And I will explain. Take note of this. Clarity is a security asset. And I will explain. Ambiguity is a liability. I will explain also. When I say clarity is a security asset, what do I mean? Clarity means clearly defining what you are, who you are. Clarity means clearly defining who you are, what you stand for, what you want, and what you reject. At least we have been able to demonstrate to the entire world that we reject anything Islamic ideology. Islamic jihadist ideology. We have demonstrated it in all our discussions, in all our discourse, in all our lectures, in all our spaces, in our government pronouncements, in our constitution, in our charter, that we have made it clear. There's no ambiguity of who we are, what we stand for, what we want, and what we don't want. So for you to deal with be an ally or to be a partner to any nation, you must be clear. They must know who you are, what you want, what you don't want. Today it's clear what Nigeria wants. Nigeria wants terrorism. Nigeria wants sultanate, a country that is sultanate, Islamic Sultanate Republic of Nigeria. But that's not what we want. So it's clear to everyone what we are. We have demonstrated it in so many ways. What we stand for, and what we want, and what we don't want, what we reject. So this is where clarity is important when it comes to security. Make yourself clear. Be known for who you are, what you want, what you reject, what you will never tolerate. And we will never tolerate Islamic jihadist terrorism. Any terrorism or in any manner of any kind will not be tolerated in a sovereign Biafra. In security, governance and liberation movements must be clear. There must be clarity of what they want and what they don't want. And when you are clear about who you are, what you want, and what you don't want, when you are clear about this, as we have made it clear, there is no ambiguity in our language, in our expressions. We have declared openly who we are. So when that is the case, what happens? It prevents misinterpretation by adversaries and observers. So there's no observer that will say they can't understand what we stand for, or who we are, and what we want, or what we reject. So clarity is very, very important. It prevents misinterpretation. Nobody will misinterpret our aim and our objective. But you can't really understand what Nigeria stands for. And if you really want to understand it, they stand for terrorism. They are sympathetic to Islamic jihadi terrorism, and they sponsor it. So you can, it's very clear. But we have made our own, what we are clear. So we can not be misinterpreted either by adversaries or by observers. When you are clear about who you are, what you are, what happens? In clarity builds trust with neutrals, even those who are non-aligned nations. When you are clear about who you are, what you want, and what you don't want, you make yourself clear to those even who are neutral, and to your allies, and to institutions. So any ally of Biafra today cannot say they don't understand who we are, what we want, what we don't want, what we reject, and what we represent. So clarity is very, very important, and Biafra have made themselves clear. Clarity it reduces fear, because people fear what you cannot understand. If they don't understand us, they will be afraid of us to have us as allies. But can you understand Nigeria? How can you understand a country that comes to the air on air and say they want to fight terrorism, and at night they are sponsoring terrorism? That is not what Biafra is. We have made ourselves clear. So that nobody has to have any fear of aligning with Biafra. It's only when people do not make themselves clear, like Nigeria, then you can fear because you cannot understand them. Clarity projects legitimacy. When you are clear, you protect legitimacy. By losing this, by losing the space for false narratives. When your clarity helps you not to be misinterpreted, and the false narratives cannot thrive against you when you are clear of who you are, what you represent, and what you want and what you don't want, what you reject. So false narrative cannot thrive against you when you make yourself clear. When a movement is clear, like ours, its intentions are harder to demonize. That is why Nigeria finds it difficult to demonize Biafrans in the international space. When a movement is clear of what they want, who they are, what they reject, and what they are doing, it becomes difficult, harder for our intentions to be demonized. That is why Nigeria will go to, you remember the clip that the foreign minister one Canadian lady and one other journalist. You see how he messed himself up because they are not care about who they are, what they want. He was stammering. But call a Biafra now, we can tell you exactly what we are, who we are, what we want, and what we are doing. The guy was stammering in that space. That was a shame for a whole foreign minister because Nigeria is ambiguous. So clarity will help us, and that's exactly what we are doing. Making it harder for us to be demonized. And it also makes goals easier to defend. You can't defend Nigeria. That's why I wouldn't always say. You say, if you debate with me, I think for a minute, and you succeed or you prevail, say that he will do what? He will denounce the Biafran struggle. Because he knew that you cannot go into a debate with a Biafran about Nigeria and Biafra and you defeat. No, you defend. No, it's not possible. Everything about Nigeria is evil. You can't defend Nigeria. It's indefensible. They're talking about demarketing Nigeria. Nigeria is already demarketing itself by what it is and what it represents and who they are. So, when you are clear, just as we are clear, our goal becomes easier to defend. That's why our APM can go to Washington, D.C., and it will meet as many congressmen as possible. And it will table our case because it's very clear. No ambiguity. And Nigeria will go to the same place and they will shun them because they can't defend what Nigeria is doing. You can't defend evil. You can't defend evil. So this is very, very important. And when you are clear about who you are, what you want, and what you reject, actions are easier to be justified. And that's why we are having easy sell in Washington, D.C. What we are doing can easily be justified. But you can't justify any of the actions of Nigeria. Is it the killing of Christians, the genocide against Christians that they're going to justify? How many of them have tried to justify it? And at the end of the day, bury their heads in shame. Like somebody like Bishop Kuka. I wonder how Kuka descended so low into the abyss. I used to respect that man because of his intellectual prowess. Whenever he goes to lecture, he's very sound. But unfortunately, Nigeria has demonized him. You got the whole Kuka, Bishop Kuka, have lost all his respect because he was trying to defend the indefendable. You can't defend Nigeria.
Mazi, don't be offended. Don't be offended. Let me interrupt. I think you were deceived by Bishop Coker's English, but he lacks integrity. You were only because he can speak this Queen's English. He's very good at commanding the English. You understand? That is what you were deceived by. He doesn't have integrity. You understand? So now, situations and circumstances have made him expose himself. Thank you very much. I'm sorry for interrupting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, that's all right. Yeah. Veteran will come back. Okay, maybe he went to.
Okay. My co-host, go ahead. Say something, then I will come in.
All right. So I just wanted to talk about that clarity a little bit. Okay. So as a Biafran, what does this word mean for us? That word means a lot if you're a genuine Biafran. What is clarity? Clarity means that you know that you are a Biafran and you know that you are supposed to be like our Onyendu, and you know that you are a Christian, you are a traditionalist, you are a Judaism. Sorry, you are a Jew. Judaism is the religion, not Jew. Yeah, you Jew is the person. You see, then you know that you don't have Islam at all in your agenda, and then you know that anything concerning Islam also concerns terrorism, and we don't have any business with that. And then they want to force us to become Islam, to become Muslim, and that is where the terrorism comes in. You see, then when you refuse, they will kill you. But first of all, they have already started killing. You see? So the terrorism is already happening. That is what we are saying. So that clarity is what we present ourselves before the Washington. You see? America they know their own clarification of who they are and what they want. And as Biafrans, we also know who we are and what we want. We want a nation that is sane, not an insane country that is crazy like Nigeria. We want a sane country where things can at least run 80% good. We don't kill people. Biafrans don't shed blood. You see? So what is clarity? What is that clarification? That clarification, let me bring it to this topic, is that we don't have any connection with terrorism. Okay? Terrorism is what we abhor. We don't want it. We will close our borders when we get our Biafra and tighten up ourselves, my people. We have the same clarity as United States. Yes. We look up to them. They are our role model. They like freedom, and we like freedom as well. Freedom of speech, freedom of communication, freedom of humanity. That is what we are saying, my good people of Biafra. And each time I speak, I will always remind us that we have a duty that is waiting for us back home. You see, we must not be career agitators. Mbakwa. The sooner we started, the better for us. We must utilize this short period, like some of the nations that are very serious about their freedom are utilizing it right now. You see, it's because when we are serious, then people that we are looking up to, you encourages them to look our way. Our fight is not in exile. Our fight is in homeland. The only thing is that we support we that are in exile. The government is in exile because we still have occupiers like evil Nigeria back in our homeland. Nigeria is they are no longer supposed to be there because that place has already been redeclared as Biafra nation. Ehen. So how do we get them to pack out? It's not going to be easy. Ogara is because it's not only Nigeria that we have there, we also have United Kingdom, we have France, we have China. Ehen. We are not like Venezuelan people that their own case is peculiar. Yeah, because their drug cartel is affecting America. So America had to come in and deal with them, deal with that evil regime directly. You see, they are just lucky. And the thing may also, Cubans may also be as lucky, may also be lucky. You see? Onyi, you raised your hand. Now that I'm in the spirit, do you want to say something? Okay.
Yes, I want to say something.
All
Yes,
right. Go ahead.
say something. Yes. Yeah, pertaining the all protocol observed. When our declaration was we had our declaration in December 2nd in Latin Finland, it was open. That was important. So one of the reasons for that open declaration for the world to know, and we made it open that any country that want to deal with that are interested in our lands, in what's hard in our land, like resources, should come through Biafra government. And having made that open, any country that's making things deal with Nigeria is a backdoor deal. Is a backdoor deal. They know the truth. Even all the foreign countries, both France, they know that that territory belongs to Biafran people. It's not new. So any deal they are making with Nigeria is backdoor deal. We don't care whatever they did with whatever business they had with Nigeria. Since that, after that declaration, is to their detriment. As soon as what we need is recognition, and they support our BDF, I am very, very optimistic that BDF have what they need. 2 weeks is enough to wipe out whatever, even the Tiger base. They have done it before almost all the checking points. Even my brother at home even confessed to me that all the checking points are no longer there. Yes, BDF have done it before. That is why I'm angry that when you are moving out the enemy, you actually making sure you stand in that place, you maintain that status quo. You know, that is where funding consistency come in. So hopefully, if as we're waiting for recognition, people should be able to rise up to support BDF to do this, because when you clear out enemy, you make sure that you remain strong there to avoid the enemy coming back to reoccupy again. Because the second reoccupying of the enemy always they come prepared. So this is why Biafra should rise up. Don't make things to be cumbersome, to be difficult for our BDF. They are human beings, okay? Despite that they are professional, they have done it, and we need to help them to serve us well, so that they will have enough logistic consistently to be able to maintain the area they have already chased the enemy out. Because when you are not consistency in providing the logistics, it will amount to the enemy coming back where they have been already wiped out. Such situation is not good. It's not good at all. Biafrans, those who are doing something should take it serious. Okay? Not when you give today, you not give tomorrow. We have to do this until the grab will be able to control our resources. Yeah, that is why some of you who have it to give an IOU loan, don't be afraid, because some of you are having double mind. I don't know why you cannot even make research. Even that year, some of you used to consult SEER and do inquiry. If you have double mind, to understand that Biafra has crossed the Rubicon, that we can never go back. It is Biafra or nothing. Yes, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not there for nothing. Let me tell you, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu you see there is a spiritual man. He's a half man, half yes. Okara, yes. You know that Biafra is coming. He's not there because he committed any crime. Apparently, someone else got something, not there because they committed any crime. If they committed crime, they wouldn't have been offering them a bribe deal to accept money, which they said no, they cannot be bribed with their father's property. You know, yes. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, his own deal is to make him the richest man in Africa. Our prime minister, his own deal is to make him to be the second Dangote. You know, which they refuted. They refuted because, that's yourself, if they committed crime, would they be giving them bribe? Because some of you who have low Nigerian, who have your IQ are low, you cannot think properly. Do you think they committed crime? Then they will be delayed in jailing him, or they committed crime before they are offering him bribe? No, the bribe offered them show that yes, they are sincere. The reason why they jailed them unlawfully because they refused to be bribed with their father's property. They refused to sell the freedom of you and I for money, for personal interest, and BDF personnel follow suit. They refused to be bribed with oil well, against their own people, against the land. So these people that have done this sacrifice to us, for us, if we are doing them without taking them, providing what they need, I don't think you as a human being, if you are sensible, if you drink one bottle of beer, you keep one bottle of beer for our general, Igbe Butuzo. When you do it, if you are doing at least before weekend, something will come in, you put it there for them. Let us do this. Hopefully that one day they will grab our resources. They will take control of it. And do make this known. Some of you who go and listen to platform where they are projecting this deceitful man in Abia that call himself Uti, to always remind our people all glittering objects are not gold. Whatever animal, because I see why I'm saying this oftentimes, because I see how our people are shallow-minded. That is why when they're looking at you, some of them wait for third party for before they can take decision. Yes, when they see you giving accolades ignorantly, they will follow suit. They will think that anything good will come out from Nigeria, thereby pedaling and supporting their freedom. It is very, very wrong. Uti is playing the role Abaribe played back until he finally show his true intent, that he is not different with others, but they use him as a avenue to get the mind of the people. Now Uti playing that role. Okay, he's playing the role. Imagine somebody borrowing money, don't know the time he's borrowing that money. He claim he's doing something. That is not, yes, what he's doing without a two-way system is not advisable as well. Although people may see it as an investment infrastructure, but it's not the kind of infrastructure Biafra needs. We have to start from scratch and build our cities, by two-way system, and let our people know that that man is not working for their interest, okay? Because he's mortgaging the future of their children by borrowing money in the bank of our enemies. This is very, very bad. The only solution to escape that is Biafra restoration, fast, without delay. And let me tell you something. Why we say this, our people, we're not supposed to be saying it, but for you to understand that Global 001 coming, second time of coming to this is for our interest. And being for our interest does not mean when Okike give you this and you fail to work hard to grab it, it will slip out of your hands. And there is something important I want our people to listen, to understand, so that our people in Biafra, in a coastal region that place claim to be South, I don't know why people like this that claim to be educated will be validating what is not in geography, South and not in geography, and you're making it. You see those who claim to be educated and making that same mistake, validating that nonsense. Is it juju or what? There's game Oba of Ile-Ibinu played, the same game Fulani played. Oba Ile-Ibinu came to all those towns, Biafra towns, and planted their people. Even some of them when we are not born. They did the same thing in Urobo, Usoko. They did the same thing in Warri. Okay? They planted their people. Some of them were born and go there. They bear our name, they speak our tongue. But they monitor them closely, knowing fully that these people, they are not blooded to the land. What are they using them for? Case if we are appointing king, some of them may emerge as king. Tomorrow, when they're saying to ask information about the history of the land, you go to the king, and when he give you whatever distorted history, he say king has spoken. Okay? These are the people, whenever you listen, they tell you they are not Igbo, they are not Biafran. Don't be surprised. They know themselves. But it is you and I that don't know them. But when you reason properly, you know that that is what they did. And Fulani also did theirs. Coming from the so-called southeast, they planted their people in some places, some area, Oga, Enugu. You know, that's where they get the people, the like of Alimatu Abubakar and Ngozi Otabeze, you know, whom their fathers, parents are pure Hausa Fulani. What did they planted them there? This point in time to use them against the indigenous owners. When you see them, you say they are your people, they speak your language, they bear your name. It is very, very difficult. That is why when some people are comparing the things that happen against the Igbo people, like that of others, I say this people don't know the enemy that we have. Comparing what happened to Sunday Igbo and that of our leader, they don't know the kind of enemy that surrounds us. We have an array of enemies. We have internal enemies that pretend to be part of us, why they are not us. Because I've seen it's very, very difficult for you to conquer these people or to penetrate them, typical Igbo, Biafran men and women. But when you use this infiltrated blood they planted in our midst, it will be easier for them, which what they are doing, they have been advancing in that, if not for NNAMDI Kanu. Okay? If not to us, most of us that begin to hammer on this, you see them, Biafrans are killing Biafra. You see that they're making it, they have others in social media that are actually amplifying that, making the international community to believe that it is Biafra, Igbos are killing Igbos, so that they will remove their eyes until they totally wipe out the true sons and daughters of the land. You know, and you see them, they want Biafra that will be no, they don't want a database system. They want Biafra that will be easy for them, so that they will quickly hand over to the same thing. Even if Biafra is restored, they will still achieve their end. That is why they are quickly trying to rush to claim the Habibo Islam, because they know that in our constitution, Biafra did not include Islam. Okay? That is why they're doing what they're doing now, to say that some Biafra Igbos are Islam already. No Igbo is Islam. If you are Igbo person and by now you quickly allow yourself to be used as Islam, that means you present yourself to be used as enemy of our people. You will, in fact, you will regret it. You will regret it. I'm telling you, because we are going to bundle you out of the land. Hear it and hear it clearly. Okay? Why this sudden rush? Sudden rush. Because they know what is coming. So they want to prepare this to say they have Igbo Islam. Igbo Islam. There's no Islam in our constitution. Our constitution space three religion, three way of worship. Why we don't want Islam is because the reason is obvious. We don't want threats. You are a threat to our existence. We don't want Arab cultism that you will enter, you will not go out. When you want to go out, it will become a death sentence. We don't want it. We don't want something that will make me to kill my people and say Allah asked me to do so. That Allah asked me to kill my own person because they not agree on what I'm doing. We don't want it. We don't want things that will subject our women to be below human being. Our women are very special to us. Our ancestors respect our women. That is why you see our culture very, 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 very respects women and respect their role, respect their leadership contribution in society. Any area you see our culture removing is for their interest, go and investigate. You will see that the reason is for their interest. So we don't want anything that will take away that power. Their leadership is good for us. I used to be happy when I see my mother presiding over Umada, because before she died, she became the leadership of Umada where they have jurisdiction. So whenever she's come, others will stand up because she's that at the age of 82. She become one of the senior Umada that her words are law. Whenever she speaks, everybody keep quiet. Both men, then nobody can counter it. So I love to hear that. I love to see it because always their judgment are for good of the land. So Islam will take away this. We don't want it. Want it like this. We love the culture. We love our egalitarian culture. Please stay clear. Is a warning. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Ernie. Yes, so I want to pick out one point that you mentioned when you were speaking. Yeah, and that thing always hits my mind. Yeah, to tell our people that Just like it happened in Venezuela, because we'll always use it to
Ọ gịnị? Ewepụna ha ndị a biko. Ha! Unu aka na-anụ ya. If you are hearing anything, please tell me. Oh, adịka ebutuo ha ndị ekwensu je terrorists in our land attack them much. But guess what? We are not